Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial finally. Last one was just a chit chat, whatever, my haul video. Finally I'm going to be filming another makeup tutorial for you guys. Sorry if I use my hands a lot. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm nervous because I'm by myself with my dog. So I don't know. But today is going to be a makeup tutorial. I am going to be doing a Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look. I know a bunch of people have done this look on Instagram and stuff like that. I've seen it all over the place, but I really do like that little pop of color. One of my good friends that I met through social media, LULU, I see you, she did a look just like this and I absolutely loved it. I will put her picture right over here and her information down below. She is a blogger and she is just amazing, so I will put all her information down below. So this is kind of Kylie Jenner inspired plus also my friend's look inspired. So if you want to hang out with me and see this pop of color Kylie Jenner inspired makeup look, then please keep watching. Alright, so this is probably going to be partially a talk through, partially maybe voiceover, I have no idea. I'm just going to pin all my hair back really quick. I straightened it, but I have no idea. Sometimes I end up not talking, so then I will add in a voiceover, but we shall see. So, and this shirt, don't know why I wore it. It's probably going to be annoying this whole time. Okay, so this is also going to be like first impressions type stuff too, because some of the stuff that I have that I'm using is new. The foundation I'm using is new. I am using the James Charles palette with Morphe for this look. That is new. I have not used it yet. And some brushes are new. So let's just get into it. In with the Cover FX blurring primer. And I use a generous amount of it. It's like a neutral skin color. I'm going to focus it basically in my T-zone area. Yes, do not mind this on my lip. I get cold sores and this is the end result. It leaves a nice red mark for about a week or so. I've been moisturizing the crap out of my lips. So I'm going to prime my skin. I mainly focus this where I want things to be blurred. I've already moisturized my skin beforehand, but I kind of focus this under my eyes, on the sides of my nose, basically the T-zone. That's where I'm putting all of this. Before I actually do my foundation, I'm going to do a quick spot conceal because I have some redness and I notice that if I do this before I put my actual foundation on, it is more flawless looking. So I'm just going to take some of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm going to just touch up some spots that are red and that I do not like. And I am just going to quickly use oh, this is also new. Have not used this yet. This is the, I showed this in my last video. This is the Morphe blending sponge. And I'm going to be using this. I've already dampened it. I notice a couple of different people do this often too. Like Desi Perkins does this, Katie does this. And I tried it out myself the past couple weeks. And it really does work. It really hides those red spots a little bit better. And the Tarte Shape Tape obviously is very full coverage. So this is, I know you can use the color correcting stuff, but that's not for me. So I don't do that. I also did my eyes beforehand. I did my eyebrows. What am I saying? I did my eyebrows beforehand. I just have the Anastasia Dip Brow pomade on my eyebrows. It's just easier to do it off camera. So I am going in now with foundation. I am using the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. And this is new. I have yet to use this, and it's got a little pump. Where is the foundation? Alright. I'm going to start out with a pump and a half, because it's new, so it gave me a little at the beginning. And I'm going to just kind of do this side of my face first. Oh yeah, I did good at color matching myself. I said in my last video I compared this to my Bare Minerals foundation and they matched me with 1.1. Actually, I think they matched me with 1 and I didn't like it. It looked too pale for me, even though I am pale to begin with. And I went up just 1 shade to 1.1. Okay, I'm liking this. I kind of just go like circular motions and spread the foundation out and like bring it down on that neck. You don't want to forget about that. Get it up under my eyes. I think I'm going to go in with one more layer of foundation, just one pump on each side, just because I'm that type of person. Want some extra coverage, because it's a buildable foundation. It did say that, but it is a more sheer coverage. It's like a sheer to medium coverage foundation. So, oh yeah, there we go, much better. So if you do a little bit more, it will build up nicely. So it's like 2.5 pumps on each side of my face that I'm doing. Alright, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Alright, now I'm going to go in again with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to conceal my under eyes. I'm going to go a little heavier today. Why not? Right, and I'm going in with that same sponge, but this time I'm going to spray it a little bit. I'm going in with this Quick Fix from Urban Decay. It's like a primer spray. Smells like coconut, smells so good, but I'm going to just dampen up my sponge a little bit more because of that foundation that's on it, just so I have a little bit more moisture, and I'm going to blend this out. I like my concealer much lighter. Problem is I don't have good lighting yet, so you can't really tell. That is my next thing, a ring light. I need a ring light. I'm just working with the light in the room, the window, and then these lights that are helping me behind me. But I really am liking this sponge, I can tell you that. Reminds me of my Real Technique sponge. I'm kind of over the Beauty Blender itself. I have probably bought like 3 or 4 of those since I've started doing makeup on myself, but I'm kind of over them. I don't know. I like the shapes of like this because I can't wait to try this when I set my under eye and carve out my contour, but alright. So that is how I like it. And now I am going to set my under eyes, and then I will do the eyeshadow. Because this is a more natural look, let me put the picture somewhere. I'll put the picture somewhere over here of what Kylie Jenner's look looked like. It's the one with the yellow inner corner, and I showed you LULU's in the beginning. It's a more natural eyeshadow look, so I feel like I didn't need to do my eyes first. With more bold looks, you want to do your eyes first, obviously, because of fallout, etc., things like that. But because this is more of a natural look, it's just like browns and tans and then that pop of color on the inside. There's not really going to be much fallout. It'll be the true test once I use the palette, because I haven't used the palette yet, but people really said that they didn't get much fallout. But to set my under eyes and the rest of my face, I'm going to basically bake my under eyes. I'm going to leave it sitting there for a little bit, but I'm going to lightly dust this all over my face first. This is the Milk Makeup translucent powder in light. It's like a matte type finish, which I'm kind of going for that today, even though that's not really my vibe. I'm going with matte because that's like what the look was. I didn't see any highlight in her look at all, so that is what I'm doing. I'm going to be using a crown brush to do this today, to just kind of set my face real quick. I usually use a big fluffy brush, but I kind of want to I'm like dusting it on, but I'm pressing it into the skin also because I want it to have that very matte finish. Don't forget about those sides of your nose. And then I'm going to take the beauty sponge now, but I wet my Real Technique sponge because I just wanted to save this more so since it's brand new. I didn't want to dip it into powders and everything. I know I can clean them, but I'm just using it for the liquid stuff. I'm going to now take my Real Techniques sponge, get a bunch of product on there, and I'm going to press that under my eyes. I'm going to press it into the skin, and then I'm going to add another layer to bake it and let it sit on there to brighten that up. Wow, this is matte. This is very matte. Alright, I don't know how this works. Let me get some more out. It's got this like flip top, and then you could get the product out. Okay, I don't really know how else to get this freaking product out. Alright, now I'm just gonna pour it into the cap. I don't really care. Hello. What the? It's like giving me the littlest amount. Okay, that's one thing I don't like about this Milk makeup. It's got like this catch thing here where it's like this net. I don't really like it. Guess I'm not fully baking under my eyes. Alright, I can see it sitting there, so I'll dust that off after, but it's not as powdery as I want it to be. Okay. Now I'm going to start with the eyes. I'm going to leave this just on my face for now, and I'm going to start with the eyes. So, like I said, I'm going in with the James Charles palette, and the one thing that I did love that I said in my video is I love how it has this clear sheet inside with all the names on it of what colors that we will be using. So let's see if I can do this. Alright, so I'm going to kind of focus on the neutrals first. I'm going to start out with these two shades here, and they are Canvas and Punch Me, and I'm going to kind of start out with Canvas, this first shade. I'm going to kind of set that on my whole eyelid, and then I'm going to work this into my crease and see what we get with that. I am going in also with a Morphe 576 brush to start out. Yeah, this is a really, really nice base color to set that concealer and everything. I'm liking it. Okay, yeah, it's like very, very subtle, the brown on her lid. So I'm going to start out with that shade right under Canvas, and I'm going in with Punch Me with the same brush. Just tap off that excess, and I'm going to start out on the outer corner, and then I'm going to drag it in to my crease. It's more of like a cool tone brown, but then I'm going to pick up something a little bit darker after. Okay, let's get you in a little bit closer. Okay, so I'm still focusing on that second shade, that cool tone brown. I'm kind of like flickering it out too, so it kind of like fades outward onto my face. This is one thing I hate about this system that I have that's connected to my camera. It's my Canon camera, I love it, but it stopped recording, so I don't know what the last part was. So I just went in with T, which is the last shade in the first row. Don't know if I even got that on camera, but I'm going to pick up more anyway. I went in with T, it's like a chocolate brown, and I went over the shade Punch Me with that, but I went in with a M433 brush from Morphe, and I focused it more so on the outer corner of my eye, and I took the Sigma tapered blending brush on top of that with no product on it and just kind of blended it all together to see how I liked it first. Who is calling my house? Less is more. You want to start out with a very little bit, especially with pigmented products, because you will then add too much and then you're going to have to wipe it off. So you want to start out with a little bit. Now I am going in back into Punch Me. I am going in with this smaller flat brush. This is from Bodyography Pro. What are they? Do they have a name on this brush? It's a flat shader brush, but I'm going back into Punch Me, and I'm just going to kind of focus this down by my lash line. And it kind of smudges out the rest of the look. And then I'm going to flick it out at the end. I'm trying to think. Where's my phone? Does she have like a... She's got a wing. Ugh. I didn't want to do a wing. Okay, I might not do a wing. I might do some black eyeshadow and smoke it out. Let's see. And I'm going to take that same color and I'm going to kind of focus it right into the crease to kind of give it that more 3D look. And then I like how that's looking, and it's a very matte look. Like I keep looking at it. Yeah, it's very matte. The yellow on the inner corner is a little bit shimmery, but she doesn't have any highlight on. Like, I'm going to be full on matte for this look. I am now going back in, and I have another flat shader brush. This is from the brand Vintage, and I'm going to pick up Canvas again, and I'm going to focus that on the lid from the inner corner to the center. And I'm going to brighten up my lid a little bit more. Going back in with that no product on that Sigma brush, I'm just going to blend that all out so there are no harsh lines. Okay. Going back in with that first Morphe M576 brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit more of Punch Me, and I am going to sweep that out off of my eye, back up top. There we go, that's what I want. See how it kind of looks like it's all smoked out? And I'm going back in with that no product and blending that together. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye really quick, and I'm just going to do the same thing, just the browns, and so those 3 shades, I'm just going to do that on this eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I did both eyes, so they're both matching to where I like them, I did go back in a little bit more with that shade T and just deepened up the corners, but not too much, because it's like a very subtle look, and literally you're just focusing on the inner corners of the eye. So I just have very subtle brown on the outer corner, and then I just packed on Canvas on the entire lid, basically to the center. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with, hold on. Alright, so I'm going in with this one because there's no product on this one. That other one I must have used for liquid liner. So I am going in with this angled brush. It's a little bit fatter, but it's still going to do the job. Tap it just in case, and I'm going to kind of create a wing, but it's going to be more subtle because it's going to be like a smoked out look. Alright, once I get it over to the corner, I'm going to go in with this flat shader brush and blend it out. I'm going to kind of do it 2 or 3 times, starting out with a very little bit because it is black. So it's giving it that winged effect, but it's like subtle, it's not crazy. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to pick up that crown brush that I had before, and I'm just going to dust all of this off because I'm going to put a little bit of color shadow underneath my eyes. Okay. Now what is hers like? Is it dark? No. Alright, it's a light brown under her eyes. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want it to be so tight lined up to my waterline on the bottom, I'm going to pick up the M433 brush from Morphe, and I am going in with that shade, what was it called? That second brown shade. I'm going to pick that up, tap off the excess, and I'm going to put that under my waterline. Now, I'm going to hold off doing the inner corner for now. I'm going to contour my face. I'm going in with the Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I am using the shade Sculpt to sculpt out my cheeks. What brush am I using again? I am going in with, I haven't used this in a while. I'm going in with this dual-sided brush from the Sephora Gold collection, and I am going to be using the fluffier end, and I'm going to grab up a bunch of product, and I'm going to carve out my cheeks. I like this shade because it's a very neutral shade, and I'm very fair, so I could really build this up and make it like a really dark contour if I want to, but I just love how this works on my skin, and it's super creamy. I'm going to carve out my forehead a little bit. The sides of my nose, because I feel like sometimes my nose is so white. I do not contour my nose at all. I don't feel like I have a big nose, but I feel like if I contour it, it'll make it look like too narrow. So I leave it. Plus, I don't think I'm very good at it. So, alright. Now that I've bronzed up my face, I'm going to be going in with Laura Geller's blush. This is what the shade looks like, and this is in Blush and Brighten. It's a Baked Blush and Brighten blush, and it is in Tropic Hues. So I'm going to be going in with that. I am using, I don't want a lot of product. She doesn't seem to have a lot on her face. I'm using a Luxie Precision Tapered Brush just to pick up some of that product. Tap it off. And just add a little bit of color to my cheeks. Just a little bit. I like this one because, like, if you look at the colors, it's not just pink. It's got like peach and a little bit of bronze in there, so it kind of just blends right into that bronzer. Going to spritz my face a little bit with this Quick Fix from Urban Decay just because I feel like it's very matte. So I am just going to spray it just so I feel a little bit of moisture on my skin. Okay. Let that all sink in, and I'm going to pick up my beauty blender really quick, and I'm just going to focus right here on the center of my face and just push that spray in. You know. I'm going to do the inner corner now. Now that I've got my face done, I am going to go back into the James Charles palette, and let me see, because there is yellow in here. Yeah, look at that. This yellow, sorry, I'm like holding this all awkwardly. I'm going to be going in with this yellow here. What does he call this shade? He calls this shade B. That's cute, like a bumblebee. So I'm going to pick up that yellow, and I am going to be using the brush that I used for canvas on my lid because that was such a light shade. I'm going to be going in with that same brush, and I'm going to pick up a generous amount of this product. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really pigmented. So I'm going to pick up a nice amount, just tap off the excess powder that's sitting on top, and I'm going to, one little dot. Oh my god, I'm so mad that my camera's not picking this up. She also has it slightly towards her nose too. I have to look at Lulu's picture again. I don't know if she did it like that. I think she just kind of focused it right on the inner corner. Just like that. This is much more pigmented than my camera is showing. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I need the lights. This is my go-to brush for everything. This is a Pro Shader brush from Sephora. It's like got a very, 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 very tiny tip. I'm going to, let me see. What if I wet my brush? Have people used the James Charles palette wet, like the matte shades? I don't know. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit. And I'm going to pick up more of that product on this more, it's like a more of like a precision brush. It's more to focus. Okay. There we go. That is better. There we go. So now that I have the yellow in the inner corner, I am going to pick up, I want to make my under eye a little bit darker. I'm going back in with that flat shader that I used to just smudge out the black. I'm going to pick up Tea, that dark chocolate shade in the first row, the last shade, and I'm going to add that to the outer corner. Probably might touch it up a little bit more, but for now, let's get some mascara on because I need to see what this looks like with mascara. So, I'm not a lashes type of girl. I really want to get lash extensions. Not so much for length. I do have nice long lashes, but I want it for fullness. I just really hate the feeling of fake lashes on my eyelids. I don't know. I apply them, I think, okay, but if you notice, I don't really use them that often, and I can't put them on camera barely ever. So I'm just going to be drenching my lids in my eyelashes in mascara. I'm going in with this Double Decker Lashes mascara, and this is from Butter London, and I love this mascara. I've used it a lot before. I'm going to quickly just coat one layer. I'm going to curl them, and then I'm going to go back in again. So let me just... Then I'm going to take my eyelash curler. This is the Tarte eyelash curler from the Pineapple collection or whatever it is. And I'm going to quickly curl these. I kind of count to 10 when I do this. Hold it, and then I let go. And then I'm going to add another layer. Proud of myself. I've actually talked through this whole video. I thought I was going to do part voiceover. Okay, while that one is drying, I'm going to do my bottom lashes over here. The faces we all make when we're putting on mascara. It's so funny. Okay, so now I am going to go in with lip liner, and this is the shade, what is the shade? Dolce K, however you pronounce it. I don't know, I can't speak in accents. Dolce K from Kylie Cosmetics, so I'm going to go in with this lip liner, but I'm not going in with her lip color. I am going in with a different shade. She is wearing a nude lip in the look, so I'm going to just line my lips. Once my lips are aligned, I am now going in with a matte lip from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in the shade Buff. And like I said, it's a matte lipstick. And then let me pull this off. And this is what the color looks like. It's in the shade Buff. It's kind of got a little bit of a mauve-y undertone to it, but I don't like straight up nude on my lips, so I'm going to be using this. And now for the last step, I'm going to set this face. Let me see. Wait, no, I don't need any more bronzer. I think I'm good. This is like the mattest my face has ever been. I have never had my face this matte before. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to set my face now. This is another first impressions of this. I am going to be using the Morphe Setting Mist. Let me shake it up first. Everybody raves about this product. Everybody loves it. So, let's see if I'm going to like it. Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray is my jam. But I'm going to try this. Let's see. It smells amazing. Wow. I love that sprayer so much. Like, it sprays so nice and so continuously, like it doesn't stop. Let me just push some of this in my skin. I do this sometimes when I set my face. I press it into the skin. Okay. Now that I finally had you guys zoomed in and you could see a little bit better, I'm so sorry about the lighting. I will try my best to figure this out. I am facing a window, but I might be too far away from the window. I don't know. I'm going to probably try and get another lamp in here or something. But this is the final look. I am really impressed with myself. I think I did a pretty good job. I don't know. I really am liking the James Charles palette. The next look I want to do a very colorful look. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, because I love doing those milk makeup, like the milk face charts that guy does on Instagram, and there are a couple of them that I really, really like, so I might want to do that next, and it's like a blue and a green and maybe some purple, I think. So I might want to maybe film myself doing that, but I had a lot of fun doing this look. Very neutral, but I love that inner corner pop of color. I think that's really pretty. And yellow's usually not a color for me. Like, I don't wear yellow, but I think this looks really good. Yeah, I'm liking it. So let me know what you guys think of this look down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you all later. Bye!